What's up, blockchain gang? This is part 2 in my guide on how to master the market in MIR4, so be sure to check out the first video in the series if you have not done so already. Today, we're going to break down a way to figure out how much your gold is worth in MIR4.
Bling, bling! The king of bling here for We Buy Gold, 4413 2nd Avenue, Columbus, Georgia. And if your bling has lost his zing, bring it on down to the host that pays the most. The king of bling, We Buy Gold, 4413 2nd Avenue, Columbus. We also buy sterling silver, platinum, flatware, and platters. We also buy your gold crown. Bring them on down. There's a new definition of fast cash in town. You got jewelry, drive it on down. Gold, silver, coins, and crowns. Broken or damaged jewelry and sterling silver flatware too. You barely have to get off the gas to get a handful of hard cash. Come on to our convenient drive-thru. Tell them the king sent you. The king of bling for We Buy Gold. Bling, bling!
Unfortunately, I can only tell you exactly how much gold is worth to the developers, but the developers will not pay you for gold. They will only sell gold to you, so the only way to get gold without buying it is to sell stuff to other players until, that is, you're able to buy it with Hydra in the near future. I've developed a formula in order to help you calculate exactly how much your gold is worth at any given time depending on the method of conversion that you use, and I have all the methods listed in this video that I'm aware of at this time. I also have a Google Sheet linked in the description to do the math for you if you're not interested in how it is calculated but would like to do it yourself. I used the same sheet from my previous video about getting banned for ghost trading, which you can watch if you have not seen it yet and you play multiple accounts. I'm sorry for everyone who tried to view the documents in the past, but they should be shareable now. Make a copy so you can edit it yourself if you would like. Please let me know if this ever happens again in the comments and I'll make sure to fix the link as soon as possible. Just to be clear, this video will only discuss legal methods on converting gold into cash using the blockchain technology within the game as it is implemented, as using third-party sources to exchange gold on the black market is bannable and an easy way to get scammed. Shout out to Anaho, who has been helping me with the prices on different servers and financial advice. They are not a financial advisor either, but they happen to be the boy toy of MIR4 community manager Yum Yum Choi, so take that for what it's worth, and let's get to work.
Ooh, ah, yeah. Ooh, ah. Oh, don't you know that's the sound of the man working on the chain. Gang, don't you know that's the sound of the man working on the chain. Gang. Can you even say it? Ooh, ah.
First, you need to find what gold is. The Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines gold as, I'm just fucking with you. What I mean is that you can't just look at the number of coins you have in your bankroll to decide how much gold you actually possess. You must first realize that these two items are not the same. While they look similar, one of them can be used to progress your character or craft it into a higher rarity. And the other one can do all of that stuff too, but it's made out of gold. This means that it can be melted down into gold coins and turned into cash, or it can be molded into nearly any other item in the game to be used for your character's progression. I've said it before and I'll say it again many times, but these two items are not the same. One is literally worthless, and the other holds value even if it is only a minuscule amount of value. It is still exponentially more valuable than the other item, especially after they nerfed the crafting rates. We will call this the golden rule. In fact, I'll objectively demonstrate how one of these is worth money and the other one is worth negative money. I could sell this item right now for 0.5 gold coins. Of course, to do that, I would actually need a stack of 20 to sell for 10 coins, and I would make 9 in profit after the fee, which lowers their value to 0.45 gold each. If I were to sell a stack of 40 on the other hand for 20 gold, I would only pay 1 gold in tax and get a 5% increase in profit. More tips like these will be in the next part of my market guide. On the other hand, we have this piece of shit over here. On average, it would take 67 of them to craft into a marketable epic platinum piece. That is going to cost you 12 gold worth of dark steel, 1 gold worth of copper, and enough dust to kill your favorite rapper. So if you sold it for 10 gold, you would be making negative 33 gold after everything is said and done. One of these items is an asset. Malcolm, stop. One of these items is an asset, the other is a liability. One is worth money and the other costs you time or money. I'm not saying that you should never spend time or money to progress your character in this way. I'm just saying that you should not throw money away if your only objective is to earn as much money as possible. The exceptions to this golden rule are items that are marketable but cannot be stacked and are worth less than 10 gold coins each, such as uncommon magic stones, raw uncommon equipment or spirit treasures, and some reputation gear. There are multiple ways to turn gold into money. The traditional way is to purchase dark steel boxes with gold and smelt that dark steel into Draco to be sold on the Wemade decks. You could also save up your Dracos and refine them into Hydra with Septeria for a small increase to your gains. Alternative methods have arisen due to the substantial Trinity fees that are paid using these methods. You could purchase epic materials from the local market and sell them for Hydra on the EXD, and then sell that Hydra on the Wemade app. With the nerf to crafting and increase to the cost in sealing boxes, this has also taken a large hit to the profits. You could purchase Mystic pieces for gold and list them for Hydra on the EXD and then sell the Hydra on the decks. I cannot predict which of these methods will be the most profitable because it will all depend on the prices of your local market and the EXD market. Since there is a single macro economy in competition with 100 micro local economies, this will fluctuate over time like a true ecosystem. I can only teach you how to calculate the return on each of these methods to determine the most profitable path at any given time. Why is the price of gold from the developers important, you might ask, if you're not buying gold? Because the price a player will pay for gold will never exceed the price that they will pay from the developer for very long. For example, if the Draco price rose quickly to $5 each, players would gladly pay the developers $100 for gold if they could then convert that into $200 worth of Draco. They could then pocket the extra $100 and keep repeating this process until the price of dark steel boxes increases and the Draco decreases and it is no longer profitable to do so. Previously, it was possible to purchase gold from the daily packs in limited quantities at the rate of 1920 gold every 14 days for $10. The other packs would yield up to 1600 gold every 14 days for $10. At this rate, it would cost about $30 to obtain 5000 gold required to mint and seal an NFT character. By removing these packs from the game, the developers greatly increased the cost of gold to players and subsequently the amount of money that can be generated from gold by players like us. Even with the enormous Trinity fees from selling Dracos, it is still just as profitable to do so because of this change, although it is often the least profitable method. However, it is the easiest and quickest method if time is an important factor to you. Currently, the best deals for gold are on the double gold packs. They are limited to one per account, but with the ability to have multiple accounts, that restriction isn't as hardcore as it might seem. Using these packs, it would cost $63 to obtain 5000 gold required to mint and seal a character, and if these packs were no longer available, it would cost around double that at $120. But at that point, it would be better to purchase other packs such as the Ancient Gold Coin Pack to get the same amount of gold with additional bonuses for the same price. This tells us that the most amount of money you can expect to reliably gain from 5000 gold is around $63. You probably won't get that much every time unless you get lucky, as we'll talk about later on, but it is a good guide to shoot for and get as close as possible in most cases. So we have the cost of gold from the devs, which gives us a goal to shoot for. Let's get to calculating and comparing some potential gains, and remember that none of this is financial advice. It may only sound like I'm giving financial advice because your untrained ears have not undergone the professional certification required in order for them to hear the difference. Using this worksheet to input the data of the price in dark steel boxes, cost of smelting one Draco, the price of Draco, and the amount of gold we have, we can see exactly how much our gold is worth if you use this method to cash out. We know this is probably the least we can get if we are dealing with a large amount of gold, or you already have some Dracos saved up. It is always better to refine them into Hydra, if possible, and sell the Hydra instead. If you input the price of Hydra, you can also see the difference in value there. Keep in mind that you will need at least 500,000 dark steel to smelt, and so this will not work for gold values under 100 gold. As you can see, if we were smelting Draco, the money you get from smelting will increase as the price of the Draco increases. As the price of dark steel boxes decreases, the cash you will get for gold will increase. And as the Trinity fee decreases, the amount of cash we get for gold increases as well. Of course, the opposite of all of these are true, so you should try to do each step of the process only when it is beneficial for you to do so. For example, if you only buy DS boxes when they are cheap and only smelt those into DRACO when the Trinity fee is low, and only sell when DRACO is high or Wemix is low, you can drastically increase your profits if you then wait for Wemix to rise before selling. The next best way to convert your gold is usually by buying epic materials, glittering powder, or life elixir. If they are all affordable in your local market. You must account for the extra gold from the sealing boxes as well, but let's take a look at a few examples. If epic steel was being sold for 7 gold, it would require 700 gold to make an EXD box, plus the additional 1100 gold to seal, which would put your total at 1800 gold in exchange for $20.50 currently after EXD market fees. If you were to take that 1800 gold instead and buy DRACO to be smelted, it would be worth $19.08, or if we refine that into Hydra, it would be worth $21.50. On the other hand, if we were to buy 5,000 life elixir at 0.26 gold each and seal them up, we could get $27 after fees in an EXD box because they only require 2 sealing boxes instead of 5. Of course, this will all depend on the prices of your local market, prices in the EXD, and all of the factors on this worksheet that change on a daily basis. What I'm trying to say is that this is not supposed to be a guide on the best way to convert gold today in NA12. Instead, this is a guide to help you compare different ways to convert your gold into cash so that you could increase your earnings no matter what the prices may be in the future. This is probably my favorite way to convert gold into cash, but it requires much more time and knowledge of mystic pieces and the specific market for them. If you spend a few hours going through the mystic pieces on the EXD, you can familiarize yourself with the prices that sell fast and their price range. This is outside the scope of this video, but may be in an upcoming mystic piece guide, so let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that. The general rule of thumb is that high power pieces will sell for people boosting power, and working pieces such as mining or harvesting will also sell pretty quickly. The key is not really which type of piece you have, but the bonus stat that comes with it and the grade of that stat. You can only equip one type of each mystic piece, so a miner would only be able to equip one mining piece, and they would try to get the rest of their mining bonuses regardless of what type of piece it is. Welcome. Now you can go into your local market and look for good deals on mystic pieces since you know how much money the gold is worth when you add in the 50 gold to seal them, and you can see how much money you will make by selling it for Hydra. Make sure to deduct the 5% market fee as well. Using this trick, I've made as much as 5 times the value of my gold when converting it into cash, but usually you will get at least a 50% increase. So in time, you could easily make that 1800 gold into $30 or even $40. The last tip is not for the faint of heart. It is for the hardcore gamblers and people who want to also craft their own epic gear faster. Saving up enough gold until you can buy a reasonably priced T4, usually about 500 gold on my server, then enhance it until you get to +8 or if it breaks. If it goes to T8, use it to craft an epic material using non-marketable crafting materials, and if it turns out to be X-Draco, you could turn that into at least $300. Of course, this is a long shot and you will probably take many attempts before you get both T8 and an X-Draco item, but a marketable epic could also net you a hefty profit as well. You have been warned. Also consider that whichever T4 rare piece you are buying in the market is the only type of piece that you can craft into epic. So if it's a reduction piece, you must craft a reduction epic. And if it's an attack piece, you must craft an attack epic, just like the piece it is made out of. Sorry it took so long for this video to come out. I meant to upload it last night, and while it was processing, my software crashed. When I tried to open the project that I had just saved before exporting it, it ended up being corrupted, so I was unable to retrieve the project and had to start from scratch. I'm still going to try to put out part 3 to this guide before the end of the month. I'll go over how I buy and sell items with multiple accounts to earn extra gold and marketable items that I could turn into cash without getting banned. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime.
Commander, do you think that we have any chance of surviving?
If I were you, Counselor, I wouldn't ask me that question. I would ask him.
Why?
Because he's the one who believes in miracles.
I believe in miracles since you came along, you sexy thing.